Welcome back. Let's continue, shall we? Our defeat was no near thing. It was total a humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphino said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Ralgar's Gur's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Kelstrom Oriens will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you score the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Miss Marshall Tarupin said you might have something for me. Child be praised. This should be put the driver's heart at ease. Tell the vice marshal we await his orders. Ursula and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Krell. I walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Guardians try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. To Kelstrom Orients. Orients? Divided Agkaka. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the facts remains. Our forces were decimated. In this state, we'll not be mounting an assault on Callistum, Valdonia, Dinya, or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Anyways, I'll join you all at Calstrom Oriens. Understood. We will go and speak with General Alden. Boop, 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 boop. Pippin has already departed. With the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search on the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight words to Specula, Imperatorius, after quitting this place. Twould seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not now how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away, but Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Oriens. We will discuss our path forward there. Krell is with Yostola. She still hasn't woke up, but Krell says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when the Skull's commander cut down Meafrid, a single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. God's help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of his general. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe? Well, to put it simply, we have one legatus overseeing two provinces a world apart. I say we divide and conquer. We kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more, thereby forcing Xenos to fight a war on two fronts.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
Doo-doo. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same can be said at the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt that what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Erosia and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Erosia lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial obsession, whom we will free. Shoot. But before we can forge less with our friends in the east, we must first find a way to reach them. Hard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it, if we could all make the journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during the critical moment. Moreover, as Yustola cannot be left attended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, and should addressed. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker just to ask and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Yustola and provide support to Ardvald and the others? Yes, Alphino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then, Sister Akira, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Luminsa. I always have to. Well. Oh, hello there, side quest. Kiro of the Maelstrom, I'm a moment, if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Elder with overseeing the occupation of Kiostrom Oriens for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize it is not your wont to attend to matters both great and small in all corners of the realm, though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Maelstrom and Erosian Alliance. Thus, I would ask for your aid in a reconnaissance mission here in the Fridges. Pray speak with Lieutenant Molkhall when you are ready to receive a briefing. She will be overseeing the operation. Do my eyes deceive me? It can't be, but it is. Akira Black Rose, the Griffin's Bane herself. Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin on top Baelsar's wall, bring his plans of conquest to a shattering halt. I can think of no other title that so aptly befits your prowess. A pity no one else sees it to think so. Ahem. But enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane here to Kaelstrom Oriens? Serpent Marshal Brookstone has requested you to assist in my investigation. This is such an honor. I'll do my best not to disappoint you. Ah, goodness me, where are my manners? Dahla Mokho, military records officer at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you on the current situation. Shortly after taking control of Kaelstrom Oriens, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Garleans. Prisoners' records dating back to the beginning of Alamigon's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugated new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during their imprisonment, or even escape, but we couldn't find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them, not just for our own records, mind you, but their loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind knowing what happened here. Would that this were a recent incident, though, it will be no easy task. Ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Anata have called these lands home long before even the Alamegans came to settle here, and so, as luck would have it, the resistance has established cordial relationships with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago. Alamegan prisoners captured 20 years ago. Yes, I remember when the Garleans gained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone striders and anta. It matters not. Most were forced to serve in the Gallian military, dispatched to other lands from which they would never to return. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say that transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. A settlement to the south. Why that would have been better mill. I recall records of the residents seeking asylum in Gridania when the Guardians first arrived. The place was all but razed to the ground. Let's begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. There we go. Of course, it's near fate. What are Guardians doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get them. Wow. Goodness, that's smart. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training. Though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane. That was a magnificent display. Guardian soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. So I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Guardians should be too busy contending with the Resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we are to make sense of any of this, we must search this place from top to bottom after my heart returns to my chest. Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battle is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now let's begin our search. We're like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there is some trace of the prisoners left there. The cloying stench of rotting debris fills your nostrils. You're unable to discern where the odor is coming from. Upon closer inspection of the ground, you see footsteps. Some of them appear to be fresh. What the fuck? Oh, there it is. Okay. There is too much to clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. Ah, Kira, thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting the houses. He seems unwell. Unwell. No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine, but what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes. Quite strange. What? You have some nerve. Regardless of how I look, I am a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder. Thank you very much. Now, who are you and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. Who are you? But who are we? Yes, we would like to know very much. You don't remember? Well, is there anything you can remember? Remember. Yes, something about this place. Something familiar, quite familiar. Akira, this is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he's Alizin, he's likely a Gridanian escaped from the Garleans of perhaps. Could he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Garlean soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would be more comfortable that these dilapidated houses, and we may be able to help you recover your memory. Memories, sweet memories. Yes, would like to them very, very much. Alright then, let's return to Castrum Oriens. My brow-beating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can't be helped. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say. I expect such wild claims from Lieutenant Mulcahy, but if you would corroborate her report, perhaps this warrants investigations. Until further notice, he shall stay under the protection of the Erosion Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Mulcahy, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, see what he knows of Bitter Mill and the Guardians. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You're free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainee. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, god damn it. Can I... Is this an 8? Okay, wait just a second. Wait just a second. Am I just doing seeking answers? Let's see. Ah, damn it. I think this is it. Let me see. Come on. Load up. Okay, drawing a blank. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it's just... Alright, so... Okay, so basically, yeah, alright. No, I'm not gonna do this. I'm going to go to Limbs and Lumenza. Basically, this continues the quest line to unlock a beast tribe, which with this playthrough I haven't done anything yet. So yeah, let's see. Limsa is gonna where he fudge. A threat after custom. Ba, 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 ba. Wait, what? Where? Oh, there you are. Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merlwib lending us our pick of the Crimson fleet? Not exactly. You are right in as much as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without possibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But when it comes equally infeasible to sail the Eurasian Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice, which leaves us with only one option. Speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvalian of the Kraken's Arm. The Kraken's Arm? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very sole description as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. But where am I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seven Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent of securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be proud pioneers of said region's finest spices, which you steal from God-fearing merchants of the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace, More to the point, we are pragmatics. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and neglectable profit. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous, and many poor, unfortunate souls has to come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard a tragic tale of how the heir to House Dare vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan ransom for news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you have prepared abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of recent rebellion, I trust you understand what I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed convorting and campering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point on obliviously, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvalian squirm. The poor little boy had only seen 14 summers when he left Ishgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world unbeholden to all the stuffy traditions of the Holy See? Such a shame that he never returned home. Without him, the Count de Duridaire must look elsewhere for a successor, and the good Lord Janucunard is one step closer to being the next in line. I'm not sure what just happened. I could have sworn he was about to turn us away, but then he changed his mind. Blackmail, is it? That is dangerous game the two of them are playing. What guarantee do we have that Carvalane won't just throw us overboard? I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Totaro and I will procure the necessary supplies. LSA, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urange on recent developments. You may also wish to review and relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Akira and Lise? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant and speak with our Domin allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be more welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the very docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Akira. Well, here we are. We all need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? You are truly planning to travel to Doma. I do not know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land nestled on the eastern coast of Althard, along the banks of one river. Our nation thrived proud and free until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Greetings, Akira. What brings you to the toll this day? What? You are for Doman? Doma, heavens, you sons have shown us not but kindness, but never in my wildest dream did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under the tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead. Garlemald in chaos. It seems the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banner, we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. Then you go to join Yagiri and Gosetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes. We are the Nagai clan, Nagai clan who served Doman faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle. Even now, it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's rich. and her host of men and magic. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and seat, oh dear Lord Cayenne, has become a den for guardian dogs. Ah, there we are. Learn anything interesting. The older domens I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger domens, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Right, no point waiting around here. Is there? We should head back to Limsa Lominza. Alfano said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. Let's see. Teleport, Limsa Lominza, and that will be the Arcanist Ward. Oh, fuck. Arcanist Guild. My bad. It's times like this I'm glad we've got Tataru taking care of business. An army marches on its stomach. Tataru took that lesson to heart. A surfeit of sumptuous foods, wondrous sundries, plenty of clean undergarments. Yes, I do believe we have everything we need for a lengthy voyage. You are returned, Akira. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant Stoll. I am eager to hear all, though that we can wait until we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that you are ready to go. Depart. Oopsies. I'll set last. I'll see you to the ship, if so.
"12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late."
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
Oh, a parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
All right. Gameplay, what's this? Oh, okay. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the men said, despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the Cerulean engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things, I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive and adjective, for example. Seawolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more, but if you must know, the things which he is reticent to name are the souls of the deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it probably a predator, Tory entity of some sort, perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader, employ magitex to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have one recourse: to let the current take us where it will, and deal whatever we find there. He's fucking scared. What a thoroughly problematic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl. I assure you the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or a island or something else, Lise and I will remain with the airship to defend it in case of an attack. Akira, I believe you would be the ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will row the day it reeled us in. The Siren Song, see, now accessible. Ooh. I kind of like this dungeon, even though it's like, meh. Meh, in my opinion. The fairy one, Alice, was it? 'Tis a pity she holds our profession in such disdain, she would make an excellent pirate. She could be a pirate. I'm not saying that I believe beyond a shadow of doubt that vengeful spirits are planning our demise at this very moment. I'm just saying we cannot discount the possibility. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I am calm and collected as ever. Carry on. Yep, right. Alphino was terrified of ghost stories as a child. I'm glad to see that some things never change. Oh, I love you, Alice. How about you, Lise? I'll make sure Tataru stays below deck until we know it's safe. Can we like talk to Tataru? Looks like we can't. Alright. Oh. Anyways, we will continue this in the next episode. Oops, that's not it. Till then, fare thee well.